Hello guys and welcome to my tutorial on how to get a HOTAS setup working for helicopters in Squad. So I'm making this video because I've been trying to get a HOTAS setup working for months now, and there's no HOTAS support as of yet in Squad. I believe it's going to take a while. If you've been following along with the roadmap in Squad, um, you can see that they're still working on it, but it's going to take some time. So in the meantime, I was looking on all the forums and whatnot um, to get tips and tricks on how to maybe get it working, because I know there's people having it working. Now, I've been looking all around. I've seen some tips and tricks and tried to figure out how to get it working, and I finally got it. So I'm gonna try and explain it all to you. Since there's no actual video of it anywhere explaining this, I thought I'd make it myself. So let's get started. First of all, I'll be talking about the applications you need. I'll be setting up the applications and I'll be explaining how to do the key bindings and maybe some tips, although I don't think I have that much tips. Um, let's get to the applications. Um, let me see. First application you need is right here. It's called Vjoy. It is a virtual joystick, which means that you'll have a virtual joystick device which you can remap the actual physical devices to. Because the problem is, a game like Squat right now is not able to work with two separate physical devices. It will only see one device. As soon as you plug in a second, it's gonna mix it all up and it's gonna be one big mess. So what you want to do is remap two physical devices to one virtual device, which in this case is a Vjoy. Um, I'll put the links to these programs, to these applications in the description, so no worry. Otherwise, you can just Google them and they're super easy to find. Um, Setting this up is real easy. Just select the axes that you actually want to use. In this case, I've got 3 axes selected and a slider for the collective. I selected a number of buttons. I just selected 30. It doesn't matter if you have more buttons selected than you actually need. It's just a number. Just select a lot of them so you will never run out. As soon as you've done that, leave this on continuous, otherwise the next program, Joystick Gremlin, will not work. I don't know why, but it won't. After you've done that, click apply, wait a couple seconds, and you're set up with Vjoy. Then the next program, Joystick Gremlin. This is the actual program that does the remapping from the physical device to Vjoy. Right here you can see my Logitech Extreme 3D joystick and my TWCS throttle. And you can also see my virtual device. Now, if you want to start remapping, it's super easy. Select your joystick or your throttle. Start moving the axes that you want to remap. In this case, it's, let's see, Z rotation for the yaw in the helicopter. Um, Click add. Just keep it to remap. You can select all sorts of things, but just keep it to remap. Click add, and you'll see this subscreen show up here. It'll automatically select the Z axis for Vjoy and leave it like that. It's going to be perfectly fine. Just leave it. If there's any other buttons you want to remap, just press the button. It'll jump to the button you want to remap. Click add, and it'll automatically select Vjoy and button 3. Same with the next button, the next, and the next. You can do the same for your throttle. Just remap it. In this case, it's only the Z-axis, which is the collective, and it'll select the slider. In this case, it did it automatically. Otherwise, you can just use the drop-down menu and select whatever you want to remap it to. I also have quick look on Z rotation. Now this is a slightly different one. This is what usually is on a throttle. I think the steering when you're taxiing in an airplane in any other simulation. This is an axis, and I've got it mapped to the mouse, and in this case the x-axis of the mouse, so not one of the buttons, but on motion. I set the minimum speed to 1,000 and 4,000, but you can experiment a bit with that. So now I can just look left or look right without having to use my mouse while flying with the joystick, because you want to keep your hands on the throttle. Any other buttons you want to remap, you can do so in the same way I just showed you. If you want to check if this is all working, select Activate, go to Tools, select Input Viewer, and now go to Vjoy, Axes and Buttons. And now if I move my actual physical joystick, it'll show up as moving. It's the same with the buttons. They're all working. The hat switch is not remapped right now. Not really using it, but it'll show up. So now you know it's actually working. Now one last thing you have to do to get this all to work is make sure that Squad is not seeing your actual physical devices. Now you need the program called HidHide. Go to Devices, select your two physical devices in this case, click Enable Device Hiding, which will hide them for any other application. But that leads to one problem. If you do not exclude Joystick Gremlin from the list, then Joystick Gremlin won't be able to see them as well. So you need to exclude them. And you do that by going to Applications, click the plus button, find Joystick Gremlin anywhere on your computer, just the execution file, select Open, and now it'll show up in this list. Now that this is set up, your two physical devices will be hidden from Squad, and Squad will only be able to see Vjoy's as a virtual joystick. So now Squad thinks there's only one joystick, and there's no problems anymore. I hope this all works for you guys. If there's any questions, just put them in the comment section. This is my first ever YouTube video, so please be nice, yeah. Thanks a lot for watching, and who knows, we'll see each other in the future. Have a lot of fun with this. Bye bye.